economic development and population growth have been creating increasing pressure on nature and environment. Urbanization and motorization have been spreading widely, while the poor still suffer living in poverty. Forests are depleted for generating income and producing food. Water disappears from rivers for agricultural, irrigation, and industrial use. Desertification devastates ecosystem and human health. Rising sea levels threaten the existence of small islands. The Asia-Pacific Forum for Environment and Development, established in 2001, tackled these challenges. Mr. Ryutaro Hashimoto, late former Prime Minister of Japan, and prominent experts developed recommendations and adopted the APFED final report. Madame Yoriko Kawaguchi, former Environment Minister and Foreign Minister of Japan, has succeeded the APFED chair since 2005. APFED-2 activities are undertaken to consolidate knowledge of experts from Asia and the Pacific and make policy recommendations. APFED promotes policy dialogues on key policy issues. To realize APFED-1 final report recommendations, APFED supports innovative policy measures and actions and promote good practice case studies and their propagation. By consolidating knowledge available in Asia and the Pacific, APFED-2 aims to demonstrate models for equitable and sustainable development. A regional network of research institutes called NETRES was established to promote APFED-2 activities. The NETRES members institutes have been promoting concrete collaborative work.
The Asia-Pacific Forum for Environment and Development, or APFED, has been undertaking a broad range of activities to promote sustainable development, including policy dialogue, award programs, and case studies on good practices, as well as supporting various pilot projects. The Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, or IGES, acts as the APFED Secretariat and has been working closely with APFED members and partner organizations with a view to embodying wisdom of Asia and the Pacific, thereby promoting these activities effectively and disseminating the outcomes to a wide audience.
In APFED-2, activities are centered around the three program pillars, namely Policy Dialogue, Knowledge Initiative, and Showcase Program. In Policy Dialogue, APFED members interact with multi-stakeholders on key policy issues, identify policy and institutional gaps, and recommend enabling policies, measures, and actions for promoting sustainable development in Asia and the Pacific. How to extract the voices of the region with diverse geographic, socio-economic, and cultural conditions remains key to promoting international cooperation. Through these policy dialogues, APFED aims to promote actions in a timely manner.
The APFED Knowledge Initiative has been awarding gold, silver, and incentive prizes of the Ryutaro Hashimoto APFED Award to selected projects that have implemented best practices for sustainable development in the Asia-Pacific. Virgin coconut oil production for sustainable development in the Solomon Islands, Gold Prize winner 2006. This project on eco-efficient coconut oil production has been promoting the shift from centralized production to a decentralized, community-based production, which has provided regular income and enhanced living standards, a welcome change for communities suffering from low employment rates and the rural-urban migration of its youth. In order to replace the labor-intensive and low-return copra production, the company Coconut Pacific introduced a new method for virgin coconut oil production, which has a much higher export value and can also substitute for costly import products used in the villages. This technique requires the simple process of splitting, grating, and drying the coconuts before reaching the stage of oil extraction. Direct micro-expelling is the manual technique used to press the dried coconut in order to extract its oil. Unlike the large-scale centralized refining process, this method can be carried out by the villagers themselves and does not require the use of toxic chemicals, which has allowed the manufacture of byproducts from materials that previously could only be disposed of. The virgin coconut oil thus obtained has many uses within the village and after export. Examples include substitute oil for kerosene lamps, soap, and also massage oil for the skin. The future challenge for this enterprise is to survive within the limited market and to find a committed investor so that successful replications can be made, such as those already found in Fiji and Samoa. Utilizing the Clean Development Mechanism for Sustainable Waste Management in Indonesia, Silver Prize 2008. Indonesia's peaceful farmlands are now being threatened by the increasing amounts of landfill waste and the lack of funds for proper waste management. In order to tackle this problem, the government of Indonesia issued the Solid Waste Management Act in 2008, which promotes public-private partnership in waste management. The enterprise PT Gikoko Kogyo has since joined in, taking the initiative to link waste management to climate change mitigation. The aim of this project is to reduce the amount of methane gas, a strong greenhouse gas released into the atmosphere from landfill waste, and to use it for power generation as a substitute for fossil fuels. Gikoko has equipped one of its project sites with advanced technology to measure the amount of gas emissions, which has shown a daily emission of 300 cubic meters of methane, sometimes reaching up to 900 cubic meters. With this amount of methane collected at each of its 4 project sites, Gikoko expects to reduce CO2 emissions from fossil fuels by more than 200,000 tons annually, bearing in mind that this is only for a small part of the landfill areas. This project has been registered under the UNFCCC Clean Development Mechanism and is expected to generate funds through the carbon trade, which can then be invested for local development. But Gikoko has not yet succeeded in obtaining the certification for emission reductions and cannot generate the necessary funds. Landfill waste should also be reduced through waste sorting at the source, but we cannot ignore those who make a living out of recyclables collected at the landfills. It remains a difficult task to tackle these problems and at the same time improve people's living standards.
In Showcase program, IDIS has been collaborating with UN Environment Program, receiving a significant contribution from Ministry of Environment Japan. The APFED Showcase program promotes innovative ideas and practices, especially focusing on climate change, the 3 Rs, and biodiversity as priority themes. Asia-Pacific Regional Network of Policy Research Institute, or NETRIS, has been monitoring and evaluating the projects and providing strategic advice to implementing organizations. By 2009, 36 projects in 19 countries were approved, and lessons learned through these projects are to be accumulated in the APFED Good Practice database. It is hoped that the program will further pursue our common objectives of supporting policy processes and work on the environment and sustainable development in the region. Social organization and capacity building for halting illegal hunting and protecting wildlife in indigenous community of Tharpakar, Pakistan. Many indigenous communities found in Tharpakar in Pakistan have been stressed by poverty and water shortage on the dry land. Such conditions have driven people to engage in assisting illegal hunting in return for nominal fee. An NGO called SCOPE has been supporting the selected communities in organizing veterinary services for local people to increase their income from livestock farming with assistance from APFED. SCOPE has organized training for local people to acquire skills for weaving scarves and carpets. Women also make traditional huts, which have helped generate not only income, but also self-esteem and respect from their husbands. As of 2008, less than 10% of the local people had a chance to participate in the training provided by SCOPE. Therefore, the number needs to be increased as to respond to their keen interest. Crop and vegetable cultivation and horticulture are other activities that the project has been supporting. However, arable land and water constraints are major impediments to such activities. Through this project, local indigenous communities and SCOPE promote a sustainable alternative livelihood for future generations, adapting new technologies such as solar power to live together in harmony with the environment and wildlife. Carbon Neutral Initiative for Community Empowerment in Indonesia. With its humid climate and abundant water resources, micro-hydropower generation has been drawing attention in Indonesia. Water resources in streams and irrigation canals can be routed through turbines for generating power to local villages. By using water resources for power generation instead of fossil fuel, micro-hydropower contributes to the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions. This 2007 Showcase project aims to empower local communities in applying micro-hydro technology through consultation with local experts and villagers to identify a suitable location for drawing water and to determine the model and size of turbines. Regular maintenance of the turbines must be applied to remove litter and prevent theft of the equipment. In Bogor, also known as the City of Rain, located in the south of Jakarta, this project intends to prove the usefulness of applying micro-hydropower. On the other hand, the Lombok Islands show an interesting contrast. In areas where there is no connection to a power grid, there will be many merits of renewable energy. However, the area is prone to water shortages in dry seasons, which makes it difficult to secure the adequate level of water resources for micro-hydropower. As access to water is a fundamental need for people's livelihood, careful consideration is necessary for the location of the turbine installation. Moreover, in order to supply sufficient energy to the area, micro-hydropower needs to be combined with other systems such as solar technology. The key to long-term success is to promote cooperation with local people and raise awareness.
Asia-Pacific Forum for Environment and Development, or APFED, is a forum for development of Asia-Pacific region's sustainability. And we are the group of thought leaders to promote sustainability in this region and help the people or groups who work toward sustainability. APFED has set 3 priority policy areas. They are climate change, 3 Rs, or reduce, reuse, and recycle, and biodiversity. We also feel co-benefit approach is very important. We take up efforts made in these policy areas by various groups in the region and try to spread their efforts through the network of the region. We hope to contribute to promote sustainability in the years to come in this region. Thank you.